You don't even know what lazy eye is. You have to be in the shoes of someone like me to know what that means. It's like I'm sitting here talking to you, and for me, I'm looking at you, but you don't think that. You think I'm looking somewhere else. And you know that when you're looking at someone or talking to someone, they know that something's wrong because your eye's not looking straight. Here I am today, standing in front of 100 or thousands of people, and I have that courage and that confidence to speak. And it hasn't been easy. So, being a woman of Asian origin, growing up with this disability, which to many does not even come across as a disability. First thing is my journey towards Standard Chartered and how did that happen. So there I was one day sitting in my previous organization, having a coffee with a friend, and I get a phone call from a gentleman. And he is your talent acquisition head from Standard Chartered. And he asked if I could come over to meet him. And I said, well, absolutely, why not? Let's see what they have to tell us. So then my journey for the job interview started. Guess what? First interview, 4 gentlemen in the panel. And there I was, prim and proper. The interview went great. I came back, called my dad, and I said, Dad, it went great. They called me for a second interview. That was another 2 gentlemen who interviewed me. I'm like, okay, it's quite a male-dominated bank, but you know where I come from, there's a lot of diversity that I've seen. Maybe these guys aren't there yet. Then I get the guy from talent acquisition call me, and he goes, Ayesha, you've got 1 more interview. And I'm like, oh, 1 more. And then I call my dad and tell him, Dad, you know what? Either they think I'm really good or I'm really bad, because they really want to make sure they're taking the right person. And then there I was being interviewed by the chief executive, and that was Rola. And there I was, wow, the person at the top of the helm is a lady. It was a very solid interview. Of course, she's very hands-on. And that's where I felt, you know what, this organization probably knows what it's doing. And as I walked in, I saw a lot of diversity within the organization in terms of genders, point of views, ethnic backgrounds, demographic backgrounds. So yes, I found diversity. But it doesn't stop there. Was there inclusion? That had not resonated until one day. Now that day is very dear to me, and it's a little bit emotional for me because I was pretty nerve-wracked that day. And let me tell you why. Like many organizations, Standard Chartered also is very high on sustainability. We've got to make sure we do what is right for the planet. So we look after the trees, which we must. Now, because of my lazy eye syndrome, I'm not able to look at a computer screen for too long. And when we're in a boardroom, I'm not able to stare at the screen for too long. If I do, I start seeing double vision. And this was a meeting where I had to present, looking at the screen. And this meeting had all the senior leadership present over there because I was deputizing for my boss at the time. And there I was walking into that meeting with a stack of paper, the whole presentation deck in my hand. Everyone at their laptops, and people just look and stare. That who's this? The anti-sustainability person. Trust me, I'm not. I love trees more than anyone else does. In fact, I climb trees in my spare time. There I was walking in with my stack of paper, and I sit down. And before the meeting starts, I just say, excuse me, everybody, I just wanted to let you know that I have a condition with my eye which doesn't allow me to stare at a screen for too long. Hence, I had to bring a stack of paper. And guess what? Everyone was so okay about it. In fact, a senior manager was sitting next to me, said, oh, well, thank God you brought a stack of paper. Let me just go over the presentation with you because it's too far. The screen's too far for me. He made me feel so included. That is a moment, the first moment when I said, you know what, this organization is inclusive. As a result, today when you walk into the office, you can hear Scottish English, Swahili, Arabic with all accents, whether it's Levant or Khaliji, and you have Mandarin, Cantonese, Urdu, Hindi, Tamilian, name it. One more thing, as a woman, or as anybody for that matter, If you can sleep with peace at night, that means you're successful. Success is relative. It's not just about being at the top and sitting in the boss's chair. It's about being satisfied with what you have in life. So whatever your goals are, go out there and get them.